I'm told that I started playing when I was 3. My parents were in the hotel business, and during the summer we lived in a summer hotel which had a piano. We didn't have a piano in my home, and my parents aren't musically gifted. You know, they're the Bach families, and then there's like Aaron Copland and Debussy and Gershwin, and I'm from that group with no talent in the family. I used to go over to the piano and pick out notes, so I mean but I only had a piano 8 weeks a year. My parents bought me a piano when I was 8 because I already played well by that time. And by the time I was 8, I was going to the movies and coming back and playing scores. And I suppose a very sophisticated guest at the hotel recommended to my parents that they do something with the precocious kid. So when I was 9, I was interviewed at Columbia University by Professor Raymond Burroughs, who gave my mother all kinds of advice, none of which she took. So essentially my classical technique evolved out of nowhere or a past life memory. Total of 7 years, 2 years on the Trenton State College Juilliard track, and then 5 years at Manhattan School of Music. The Athenaeum War was raging, and I ended up as composer in residence of the United States Army Band in Washington. When I got out of the Army, I signed a contract with Columbia Pictures Screen Gems, which was the publishing company that had all of the fabulous writers of the time, Carole King and Jerry Goffin and Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil and all kinds of people who wrote all kinds of wonderful songs. If you know their names or not, you know the songs they've written. And I was with that group for a couple of years, and then just started freelancing on my own until I was discovered by Berry Gordy, who signed me as an artist to Motown Records and brought me out to LA. And you can see that I've had a rather checkered career, from symphonic music to being a disco artist on Motown and producing people like Smokey Robinson and Thelma Houston, later Dionne Warwick, and all the time doing nothing with the real gift I was born with, which is the ability to sit down at a piano and do instant composition. I've used improvisation as a tool when I've been working on film scores. If I was up against an incredible deadline, I would improvise right to the picture, record what I did, talk it over with an orchestrator, and send it out. Now, for instance, I did 48 episodes of the Fame television series on NBC, and I orchestrated the first 10 shows myself, or composed and orchestrated. Mind you, you had 4 days to do a show. Then they gave me an episode where there was a ballet, and I knew the ballet would take all 4 days. So I brought in a wonderful orchestrator who's got a wonderful career as a composer now, named Alf Clausen, to orchestrate the rest of the show, and I did the ballet. So I did the rest of the show in a half an hour with him. He came over to the house, I played the cues against picture on the piano, recorded it, and sent him off. So the improvisational ability was very, very useful to me as, as a film composer. piano is my voice. It's how I express a deeper emotionally connective language. And when I talk about improvisation to music students who want to learn how to do it, I remind them that all of us are improvising every day of our lives. And when people ask me, frankly, what kind of music I write, I don't tell them film music, and I don't tell them jazz or improv. I just tell them emotionally connected music. Because the truth is, no matter what I'm doing, that's really what it's all about. I think it's really what it's about with all art. I'm always looking to be challenged, and I'm always challenged. And if it's not an external challenge, it's an internal challenge. And I think that is a personality trait in everybody who's good at what they do. Because if you don't have that feeling that you need to get better and there's more to do, what is it that moves you forward? And I think that an artist, if he has something to say, it should be something that helps inspire those that come in contact with the work. If it doesn't raise your consciousness or inspire you in some way, I'm not sure what the point of the work is. But I like to think that a good piece of music or a wonderful poem or a book or something hits the noblest parts of our being and makes us feel like we can go further than we might have gone to being a positive force in the world.